Hey, yeah, I know. I know it's 2025. And as I was sorting these nails right here, I was sorting nails and screws, something came to me in regards to how to manage your negative experiences from 2024. Because ultimately, as there's a lot that happened in 2024. And we can't just assume that it's going to erase out of our brains. And sometimes when we're trying to explain ourselves or share our experience, we tend to manifest even more negative energy, even more negative thoughts, even more negative feelings and emotions because we are sharing the information. Kind of like if you're talking to your friend and you're trying to explain how to how you are doing, or like they're getting an update, you can end up going on a whole tangent and actually breed and manifest more negative experiences because you're rehashing those things. And I think that to there's a way to express what happened, at the same time manifest positive things. So I'm gonna give you an example, right? So, going through relationship issues, and a friend of mine called me and she was like, "Hey, Kezia, what's going on? How are things going?" And the natural response would be like, "Girl, yes, this happened and that happened, and you know, he doesn't seem to understand." And oh, well, why do you say that? Well, and then you go into all those stories, like you rehash the past, and you go into all those stories. And I think it's really important that I change how I talk about those things. So instead of saying he doesn't value me as a person, men these days don't value me, don't value women, you can rephrase it and say, I look forward to being valued or more valued. Or if you want to refer to the relationship, because a lot of people are leaving relationships in 2025. Hey, bingo. A lot of people, like, you're going to find a lot of people are going to be single in 2025, because I don't know, it's just this season. Everybody's, it's usually the mark. It's the mark of when people want to try something new. So it's usually around New Year's, like December, January, where you know people start breaking up because all of the things that happened a year before, they're like, listen, I can't do this no more. Like, right, you start to have those conversations, you start to look at your life and be on some, like, oh, I'm trying to go to higher heights, or I don't want to deal with, the things that I've been dealing with over the past, 5 years. It's time for me to do something new. So people really be breaking up around this time. And so when that happens, you often find yourself getting validation from other people when you have that conversation with them. Also, because people find salvation in being single. Like, you ain't never lied, Sean. You ain't never lied. And that's the thing, right? So, how can a person not manifest more negative things as they express themselves in trying to explain why they've made the choices that they've made, right? So, something that came to mind is, I think in 2025, we should rephrase on how we are expressing our negative experiences in order to manifest more positive things in our life. Men these days ain't no good, or women these days ain't no good. Like, nah, like, we should be speaking that. If that's how you feel, I'm not trying to take away from how you feel, but there's a better way to say it. So That's my only thought. And just for 2025, try your best to express yourself differently. Um, well, express how, get it out. Like, that's why you should obviously seek a therapist. Sean also said, also it comes down to the relationship you have with yourself. How does that apply, Sean? Let me see. Also it comes down to the relationship that I have with myself. So if I'm breaking up with somebody oh yeah, that is true, Sean. You're right. You're right. Because when people break up with other people, like during the new year, sometimes you really want to just spend time with yourself. You really don't want a new boo. You really want to, the new boo is you. Because you need to be spending time with yourself. Hey Tiara. You really need to be spending time with yourself. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be spending time with myself. But my when I'm expressing to my friends and people that are around me on why I broke up with that person, or why me and that person are no longer, it's not just for romantic situations. This is for, platonic friendships as well. Like, we really should be, having, when you do have those conversations, really should be manifesting the things that you want, or the things that you want to change, not just what's the word, like trashing people or trashing the situation. Like, how do you share your experience, especially if it was negative, without trashing the other person and still being able to express how you feel? Now, I haven't come up with the official solution to that, but that's just something to think about. So, thank y'all for letting me share. It was just a thought that came to mind. I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget to go to parentsoutthemud.com. Out of the mud into legacy. Get your hoodie. It's hoodie season. Okay, uh Feb especially around February, March. It's gonna be a little chilly, depending on where you are. Go to www.parentsoutthemud.com and get your hoodie. Out the mud into legacy. Sean, what you talking about? Let's see. Sean said, how you see yourself is how people will treat you. Facts. Also, the energy you put out may attract the wrong person. Let's not neglect the laws of attraction. Well, Sean, that's what I'm talking about. I know it was about to end, but to your point, that's what I'm talking about. When you are updating people or sharing your experience, you actually are activating the laws of attraction depending on how you explain that negative experience. So if you break up with somebody, right, and you're talking to someone that you confide in, is there a way to share how you feel that doesn't manifest negative energy, or you can activate or manifest a positive? So that's my challenge for y'all, because that's what I'm about to do. That's my challenge for you, and you and you and you and you. My challenge for you, and which I'm going to take the challenge too, is that when people ask me, or when I'm sharing why, we'll say, I break up with somebody, or why I'm not friends with someone, or why I've made a certain decision, I want us to, and what I'm going to try to do is, y'all going to have to hold me accountable. What I'm going to try to do is that if I am sharing a negative experience, or I'm expressing a negative thing that has caused me to have to make a decision, and, like, say someone asked me why did I make that decision, I'm gonna try, like, not to go on a whole tangent about all of the negative things. But if it is negative, I'm going to try to phrase it in a way that it manifests positive energy. This is my last example. I promise. This is my last example. Say you had a negative experience at a job, and say you're gonna get a new one. Someone asks you, "Hey, why you don't work there no more?" You be like, "Oh my gosh, the manager was trash. The employees, it just wasn't for me. I can't thrive in situations like that. Blah blah blah." No. Instead of putting it that way, you can say, I look forward to being in an environment that helps me grow and be productive. You're not sugarcoating it. You just don't want to manifest more negative energy in your space. Okay? It's one thing to be real, it's another thing to be negative. I'm signing out. Peace, y'all.